An NGO facilitating human smuggling. It's May 9th, 2024, and these are your headlines. Attorney General Ken Paxton has filed for a temporary injunction to halt a non-governmental organization's alleged criminal activity. That's Annunciation House, a Catholic nonprofit organization. They've been accused of harboring illegal aliens and facilitating their evasion from law enforcement officers. The Attorney General's office has obtained and reviewed sworn testimony that they say indicate that those accusations are true. This is the latest development in a legal feud between the NGO and Paxton that has stretched back to the beginning of this year. Paxton filed a lawsuit against Annunciation House in February for stoking the border crisis by harboring illegal aliens, facilitating human smuggling, and operating a stash house. Yet since before the lawsuit was announced, the Consumer Protection Division of the Attorney General's office had been looking into Annunciation House's public records. CPD demanded that the illegal alien shelter turn over a stash of documents and information from January and February within a 24-hour time frame. But instead of turning over those documents, Annunciation House filed a petition requesting declaratory judgment on whether or not this demand violated their constitutional rights. A Democrat judge in March said that Annunciation House did not have to turn over the requested information. With his own future in the legislature uncertain, House Speaker Dave Phelan has now issued his long-awaited list of interim charges for House committees. Now, interim charges refer to issues given to committees in the House or Senate. They're told to investigate and research these topics ahead of the legislative session next year. Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick released the Senate's charges nearly a month ago. Phelan's, however, have come much later this year than usual. For context, in 2022, Phelan gave his interim charges on March 10th. But this year is unusual. Phelan's facing serious challenges both at home and in the Capitol. In less than 3 weeks, he has to compete in a runoff election for his legislative seat after coming in second place during the Republican primary election in March, which is a historically perilous position for an incumbent member, let alone the Speaker of the House. But even if he defies the odds and survives that challenge, there's serious doubt in the Capitol about whether members would re-elect him to serve as Speaker. Representative Tom Oliverson, for example, has already announced he's going to run for Speaker, and others are expected to follow. Phelan's charges for the House, in comparison to the Senate, are significantly more muted. For example, while the House Committee on Ways and Means has been instructed to study ways to provide additional property tax relief, the Senate Finance Committee is studying the effects of property tax elimination. And on higher education issues, the difference is even more stark, with the House missing some of those charges that the Senate will be studying, including the role of faculty senates. Representative Brian Harrison lamented the lack of charges related to President Biden's controversial Title IX rewrite after he had previously urged Phelan to add the issue to his interim charges.
Is it possible to morph from a hero into a villain? I'm Valerie Munoz. Join me as I introduce you to the most powerful lobbying group in Texas. One that started as a savior, but has become the very thing they were created to destroy. Listen now to Season 7 of Exposed, The Beast of Austin, available wherever you get podcasts.
A Klein ISD teacher has been fired and accused of sexual misconduct with students, the fifth teacher from the district this year accused of sex crimes. Isidoro Guerrero had worked at Klein Forest High School as an agricultural science teacher since 2019. The district released a statement informing staff and families that Guerrero was fired after he admitted to going on a non-sanctioned trip outside of school with his students. According to the letter, the Klein ISD Police Department and administration received a tip about the situation on April 23rd. Guerrero was confronted the same day and was fired from his position on April 24th. Since being fired, the district has launched an investigation into sexual misconduct, calling the allegations in part deeply disturbing. Guerrero has denied those allegations. Guerrero makes the fifth teacher now from Klein ISD accused of sex crimes involving minors during the school year. Last month, a cosmetology teacher at Klein Kane High School, Kedra Grigsby, was arrested and charged with 3 counts of trafficking a child and 3 counts of compelling prostitution of children under the age of 18. Grigsby allegedly worked with her son to exploit troubled students. For more of today's stories, go to texasscorecard.com.